So hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. This is basically a continuation from my previous tutorial on how to start up your plane in Ro-320 for the alpha flight testing. Once again, this is for alpha flight testing in the normal game mode. You can't taxi or take off or anything like that. Make sure you're in the flight access portion of the game that you access through the specials menu. But assuming that you've got your plane started up and are in the correct game mode, now I'm going to show you how to taxi. If you don't know how to start up your plane and are still stuck starting up your plane, you can go watch my previous tutorial. I'll put a little card up top on the screen right now. But assuming that you've got everything correct now, you're going to want to disengage the parking brake and set your wing lights and taxi lights on. You'll probably also want to set your takeoff config, as it's pretty difficult to set it when you're moving. You're going to want to switch this ignition mode back to normal. It might have been in ignition/start before. And once you've got everything like that, you can just take a quick look around, make sure that everything's correct, that your external power's off, your APU's off, you've got your engines on, IRS aligned. But once you're done, you want to turn your attention to this panel called Physical Controls. This is how you're going to be controlling your plane. I recommend setting this to dual mode. This will make it so by that sliding up one slider, it'll move the other engine slider with it. You can also bind your rudder and nose wheel to your aileron controls, so that might make it a little easier. Very simple. You're just going to want to move this slider up, get some power going. If you binded your rudder to the aileron, you can use this to start turning your plane on the ground. This took me a while to get this video out because there used to be a lot of bugs with the runway that would cause you to just sink into the ground and then get flinged. There was also problems with getting tipped over. I believe they fixed those now, but you're still going to want to try to take this pretty nice and slow. Right now, I've kind of gone off the taxiway, so my impatience kind of shows, but you're going to want to take this maybe a bit slower. But now that they've fixed the bugs with the tipping over, it shouldn't be as much as a problem as before. Make sure you have a rudder bind to aileron if you're going to want to use this. If not, you just use this slider. Keep taxiing. You're going to reach runway 18 left. Once you're aligned with the runway, you've basically done everything already. We already set our takeoff config, so you don't really need to do anything else. So you can try to get more aligned with the center line if you want. And then you can just set your engines to toga, takeoff go around power. Use this to keep you on the center line, and then you're just going to watch your airspeed down below. You're going to get to around 160 knots. You should be able to take off. I don't know why we're not taking off. There we go. For some reason, the plane needs a lot more speed than probably in real life it does. We took off at around 180 knots there, which is pretty fast. Normally, at least when I fly these in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I can take off at around 160, probably less actually, I think like 140. But anyways, you're going to be up in the air. You're going to be using this to control your plane in the air, moving it up and down and side to side. Putting this up will make your plane go down. Putting this down will make your plane go up. That's controlling the elevators, and moving it side to side is controlling your ailerons. So yeah, this is basically it. Once you're in the air, you're free to do whatever you want. You can try heading back to go in for a landing. In terms of like instrument reading, this is your speed, as indicated here, in knots. This is your altitude in feet. And yeah, that's basically it. At some point, you'd retract your flaps too, but you can't really do that either. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you get into the air and have a little fun. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and have a great day.